guys, welcome to my channel. Here we are doing the monthly readings for all zodiac signs. In this readings, I will be speaking initially about the coming 2 years and a half for you, Taurus. This is going to be for Taurus, Moon, Sun, and Rising. As you guys all know, Saturn is going into Capricorn, and it will be affecting the next 2 years and a half coming out or in the near future. So again, I will be going into that and letting you guys know how it may play out for you guys and what it is that you guys, just so you guys are aware. And when you guys are going through this, you guys may want to come back and check out, check out this video, as it's going to help you, again, have more clarity, more understanding of what's going on when things start to arise. As Saturn and going into Capricorn is definitely going to have an effect, only because it only happens every 28, 29 years or so. The last time it happened that, Saturn went into Capricorn, again, like I said, was 28 years ago. So again, it's definitely going to play out a very important role for all signs, not just for Capricorn. And depending on the placement of your house, that's definitely what's going to be, increased or amplified. And will, again, like I said, have an effect. So anyways, let's get into this real quick. I will give you guys pretty much the rundown, and then we will move forward with your monthly reading for December 2017. Okay, so let's get right into it. Alrighty, so I hope you guys can appreciate, this is a very old astrological wheel. This was the only one I could find. So I hope you guys, well, anyways, it'll give you guys an idea, I guess. Ultimately, that's what matters. So anyways, initially, for the past 2 years and a half, you guys have had Saturn in your 8th house, which is Scorpio. And having Saturn in the 8th house, definitely, the 8th house, of course, has to do with, it's ruled by Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about death. It's all about transformation, psychology, power, and sex. So those things have been having a major impact on you, Taurus, for the past 2 years and a half or so. Again, death and transformations is all about endings. So a lot of the times throughout this process, perhaps you guys recently came out of a relationship. Perhaps for some of you guys ended a relationship, or there was some type of transformation. It could have been, transformation in any type of regard. It could have been also dealing with deaths, in fact, in the family. Because again, like I said, Scorpio rules all of this, and psychology also plays a very important role. So for a lot of you guys, it could have been that you guys were dealing, because it was in your 8th house, you guys could have dealt with past traumas, things from the past or whatnot. Moving forward in December, your Saturn will be, Saturn will be going into Sagittarius, which is your 9th house. So being Saturn, going into its sign of Capricorn, moving to your 9th house, what this represents, it means, the 9th house is our belief system, and Saturn is a traditional planet. So what this represents is, you guys may become more practical. There may be, unfortunately, some disappointments in regards to families, in regards to family members, the family dynamic or whatnot, as beliefs are challenged. And also, again, like I said, all to do with that of childhood, belief systems, things that we thought or that we doubted may be manifesting now, as, again, Saturn is definitely the karma planet, and it's all about what is not serving us. It's going to come to surface so we can deal with it. And it's not something that's going to be drastic. It's not something that you're going to be like, where the hell did that come from? Because Saturn, it's something that's been brewing for quite a while, or for a long time. So again, Saturn, a lot of people, fear Saturn because it is a very, it's the karma planet. It's all about hard work, determination. It's the father, it's the father time. So again, it's all about, having determination, putting effort. but also could represent those around your family people or family members that have not played a role and almost feel like they're entitled or have been entitled. And they haven't been putting that effort, whether it's to connect, whether it's to communicate, whatever it may be. You guys are definitely going to be challenged with that. And again, for a lot, sometimes disappointment does come from that, because you're able to see people for what they really are in regards to childhood and family dynamic, again, like I said. So anyways, you become more practical. Your belief system might change, or your belief system may grow as going into your 9th house. It's all about philosophy, beliefs, ethics, and travel. So again, your mind may be expanded. You might expand your mind, your belief system. You may be more open, or you may find that, you were brought up and raised in a certain belief system, and you, at this present time with Saturn going into Capricorn, what's going to happen is that it's going to be challenged. It's going to challenge you. So some issues may arise where you wonder, question, am I practicing the right religion? For some. For others, it could be, is this really what I want? For others, it could be that you thought a certain way about a family member, and then things come to surface where it changes your whole perspective on them. So again, keep that in mind, you guys. Let's see what else. It's almost like a reality check for you guys going into the 9th house, as it's all about retrospection. It's all about going within yourself. For some of you guys, it could be higher education, as learning is connected to this, studies. So again, it could be studies in many different aspects of your life. It could be studies of religion. It could be studies of, actually going back to school, going back to college, getting a higher learning education. For some of you guys, it could be, that you're interested in the esoteric and learning more about it, or anything. Learning is learning, and it's all about knowledge, being in the 9th house, you guys. So that's going to play a very important role. So anyways, again, like I said, I want to let you guys know and keep this in mind. The ultimate advice for the next 2 years, as Saturn is going to be sitting in Capricorn, is do not take shortcuts. Okay, so what I mean by shortcuts is, if you are in a higher position in regards to your business and finances, and for the past 2 years you've been cutting corners and taking shortcuts or whatnot, now is not the time to do that, because going into the 9th house, what's it called, Jupiter is going to be Jupiter is in Sagittarius, is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, sorry. And what this means is that because Saturn is going into Capricorn, and it's the karma planet, what's going to happen is Jupiter gives all about, it shines light into certain things. And with, Saturn going into Capricorn, what's going to happen is you could get caught, basically. People will call you out. People will put you in a position that is not going to be very good for you, as Saturn will definitely teach you that lesson, or even embarrass you for some. So try the best you can not to take shortcuts, you guys, and do things the way you're supposed to do it. If you put effort, and if you put effort and determination into what you're doing, because Saturn is going into Capricorn and it's ruling planet, what this represents is you are able to materialize whatever it is you've been working hard towards, or whatever you're wanting to achieve. And again, there's this saying for us that when a planet goes into its ruling sign, or into its sign, what happens is it brings about gifts. Even if, Saturn is a very structured, it's a very, almost fearful type of energy. It's only fearful to those who have been doing bad. You understand what I'm saying? So again, keep that in mind. So anyways, it's all about putting work and doing hard work, and you will achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So ultimately, it's not a bad thing, because it just teaches us, Saturn is all about slow and steady. It's not about running into making something happen within, the next 2 months or so. It's about do the hard work now to be able to be in a position where you can relax for the next 2 months or the next 2 months coming, etc. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. Anyways, so Mercury is going retrograde in your 8th house. Be careful in regards to spending or overspending, I should say, and money and resources, as details is going to be very important, as well as Saturn in regards to paperwork or all of that. Just be careful how you do your taxes. Don't rush into anything. Again, like I said, as complications may happen throughout this process. The 10th of December all the way to January, again, there's going to be action and movement. For those of you guys that have been have been struggling in regards to finding a job, finding stability, or getting a home, or finding a home, all of that's going to be able to materialize, again, like I said, so long as there's action and work behind it. So if you start making movements. If you're not employed at the present time, start applying, start doing things that you have to do, basically to put yourself out there, to get yourself out there. And again, like I said, you will see the manifestations come about in a more practical way, because again, Saturn is going into Capricorn. So it's all about, Capricorn, hello, it's the business sign. So all of that is anything to do with work, anything to do with effort, is, again, like I said, ruled by Saturn. So if you put that effort, you're definitely going to be recompensated in a positive way. So again, let's see. For those of you guys that have been struggling in regards to romance, in regards to finding a lover that actually sticks, again, like I said, Saturn going into Capricorn, Saturn is a very old school type of energy. So if you guys have been having issues, like, you keep attracting a certain type of man or female, someone that doesn't last, or someone that just comes and goes or whatnot, Saturn and Capricorn is definitely going to bring about manifestation of something stable, something that's going to be long lasting. Also, you guys, if you guys at this present time make a movement in regards to business and finances from December all the way to January, and again, like I said, it's going to play out very differently for all of you guys. And what I mean by that is it's going to have a different effect in the sense of different signs. Everyone's going to take it very different because it will land in different houses. So that's the house that it will that will play out the most for your sign. Okay, so what I mean by that is, obviously, an example, for Capricorn, it's not going to land on the 9th house, obviously. So again, what I'm saying is that throughout this process, throughout these 2.5 years, when Saturn goes into Capricorn, it's going to remain there for the next 2 years. So what I mean by that is that it's going to, whatever you start doing now is going to have an effect for the coming 2.5 years for you guys. So this, again, like I said, Saturn going into Capricorn, what also represents is, Saturn is it's all about structure. It's all about hard work, etc. But it also brings about the stability or the fruition of that, which is long standing. So for some of you guys, if you guys are in in a position or in a job that you're just unhappy, Saturn going into Capricorn, your workload is going to amplify. It's going to grow. But with that growing, also there's opportunity for achievement. There's opportunity for growth and advancements and money, because Jupiter is in Sagittarius. That's the ruling planet of Sagittarius. So again, like I said, and Jupiter is a very lucky planet. So the possibility of manifestation of abundance or stability is there. But for those of you guys that are unhappy where you're at, it's going to make you reevaluate where you're at. So for some of you guys, it could mean that when Saturn goes into Capricorn, you start, people in your job start giving you more work, heavy workload or whatnot. If you're not happy where you're at, I would not be surprised. For some of my clients, they have experienced, having to walk out of that work or wherever they're working, or quitting because they're not, it brings about the possibility of making more money, but it also brings you more responsibility, because Saturn is all about responsibilities. And if you're unhappy where you're at, it doesn't matter if they give you an increase, as you're doing something that is dreading for you. So there may be a lot of job placements, job movements for some of you guys, as Saturn does make you reevaluate where you're at in life or in business and finances. So again, for some of you guys that have been stuck, just not being able to have any luck when it comes to finding a job, now is the time to start applying, as the moment Saturn goes into Capricorn, it's going to be manifestation of something long-term. Also, for those of you guys that jump from one job to another because you're not happy where you're at, it's usually representative of something that's going to be long-lasting. It could actually have an effect all the way to 13 years. So it could be something that, for some of you guys, it could be that you've been just, the past 2 years, you just haven't been able to find a job that you really love or that you're really passionate about. Saturn going into Capricorn is definitely going to bring about the opportunity of getting a job that you genuinely love, but not just that, something that's going to be, that it promises longevity as well. Okay. And the same thing goes to romance and relationships. Keep in mind, Saturn is ruled, it is the, father time. It does represent older people. So for some of you guys, for some of you Taurus, in regards to love and romance, if you guys just haven't had any luck, you guys may be starting a relationship or, a connection with someone that may be younger than you or maybe older than you. So I mean younger or older because, again, like I said, Saturn is the older figure. It does represent older people, but as well, it can also it can also signify, if you're usually not attracted to younger people, it could be that you meet a younger person that is extremely mature, someone that knows exactly what they want, and almost, you wouldn't believe that they're that age because they seem so mature compared to the past lovers you've had. So again, it may play out one way or the other. Okay? So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and now on to your reading. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and here we are doing the monthly readings for all zodiac signs. This is going to be for Taurus, Moon, Sun, and Rising. Let's see what Spirit has for you guys for the month of December 2017. Let's see what Spirit has for you guys. All right, let's get into your reading. Taurus, your first card is the Two of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Six of Wands, the High Priestess, the Nine of Cups, the Emperor, and the Ace of Cups. Wow, beautiful reading. You see, this is so this is exactly what I was talking about in regards to Saturn going into Capricorn. So here we have the two of Swords. Obviously the Two of Swords represents being at a standstill, not being able to move forward, or could be mental. The feeling of you're not moving forward, or the fear of not wanting to move forward. Or let me move this a little bit more. Give me 1 second so you guys can see it more clearly. Okay. Here we go. All right. So again, the fear of not moving forward, or the feeling of you just, haven't been able to really completely release yourself and move forward. The Five of Wands definitely represents inner struggle, or inner struggle in connection with family and the family dynamic or relatives, as you do have the Four of Wands here. So for some of you guys may be dealing with inner struggle going on within yourselves in regards to if what you're doing has a lot to do with doing it not because you really want to do it, but more so because of responsibility, or what people in the family or children may think or say about you. And again, here the Five of Swords, a lot of arguments, miscommunication. So it could play out for those of you guys that are married or have been married in a committed relationship. There's an inner struggle in regards to wanting to decide whether you want to move forward or completely release yourself from this hell. And the reason I say hell is because the Two of Swords is being stuck, but it's a mental energy. You're not physically stuck. You're just not capable of releasing yourself or having, you know, the not wanting. I shouldn't say you don't have. You do have it. You just choose not to, you know, finally get to that point of saying, you know what, I'm going to put my big guy pants or my big girl pants and make a decision in regards to ending all conflict in regards to a relationship, in regards to the person you're with, and actually move forward. And it's more of fear, the reason that you're stuck, not wanting to decide or not wanting to make that choice. Nonetheless, universe is going to step in whether you make the choice or not. For some of you guys that are single, this may play out in regards to family. Again, like I said, having a lot of petty arguments, people just not seeing eye to eye or not wanting to communicate. And, you know, I see the Knight of Pentacles as someone that's practical. You've been very practical in this situation, or you've been trying to be very centered in this relationship, whether it's family or having to deal with family members that are very difficult or making your life basically a hell. Or it could be a past partner as well, as, you know, this could also symbolize a person from your past. But again, like I said, I feel that this is mostly to do with family and the family dynamic. It is a general reading, and it is a monthly reading. It's not a love reading, so it could play out one or the other way. Now, nonetheless, you do have, again, like I said, universe is going to put you in a situation where you're going to have to confront the fact of that fear, whether it's facing your own fear or whether it's, you know, pretty much having the courage to walk out of something that no longer serves you. Once that movement has been made, as the Two of Swords is all about being stuck. But then you have the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands is a promise for a new beginning, a promise for a new possibility or new stability or a new foundation in regards to your stability. The Six of Wands is, again, feeling of achievement, feeling or getting to a point in your life where you're going to move past the situation and look towards the past, I mean, in a very positive outlook, because you will find yourself almost being proud of yourself, you know, being proud of the fact that you came into your own, you were able to make that choice, love yourself enough to walk away from that didn't serve you. But at the same time, it could be that the Six of Wands brings about recognition, brings about, you know, people recognizing that, hey, you know, maybe you are in a marriage that just hasn't been working for a while, and relatives and people knew about it. They just, you know, they just chose to pretend like there was no issue there, only because you were still there. Nonetheless, the High Priestess here definitely talks about going within yourself or knowing what decision needs to be done. But still, again, like I said, the Five of Swords up here, not wanting to make that choice just yet. There's definitely some type of, there may be for December, and I'm thinking it could be the middle of December. It could go all the way to actually second week of December. Could play out as someone comes back into your life, someone from the past comes back into your life and brings about some type of what's the word I'm looking for? An apology. This could be a person from a past, is not a past lover. This is a past person, a person from your past, or it could be a person that you no longer speak to now in the future. Sorry, now in the present, but you will be communicating with this person again. If you guys are connected to family members or someone you had a falling out with, could be that that apology does come through. But you, as the High Priestess here, it's almost like you're going to be listening to your intuition a lot. And it's almost like you're going to be able to pick up on the fact that they're not being completely genuine. Perhaps it has to do with the fact that they're coming to you apologizing only because they need a favor from you. So keep that in mind, Taurus, as you do have very, very positive cards coming about for the month of December. As, again, this could be residue energy from that of November's energy, heavy energy up here. But then you start to see stability. For those of you guys that haven't been working or haven't had any luck in regards to business and in regards to finding a job. Again, stability starts to manifest. You're going to get to a point in the month of December, Taurus, where you're going to feel victorious. You're going to feel like you've achieved. You're very proud of yourself. And I would be proud of yourself as well. As, you know, it does seem like you guys have been struggling for quite a while. I want to say that, you know, the last year or so, it does seem like it's been very difficult for you guys, and you guys have been tested. Nonetheless, you have had the courage, you have had the faith, the belief that things were going to get better, and they start to manifest in December as you have the Nine of Cups here, which is emotional fulfillment. The Ace of Cups here, the renewal of love for those of you guys that have been in a long-term committed relationship, and you decide, or I shouldn't say you, but your partner decides to actually put the effort in this relationship. You know, almost like wanting to re-seduce you, wanting to enchant you all over. And there is emotional fulfillment here. A promise for a new beginning as well. For those of you guys that have been in a long-term committed relationship that no longer serves you, it could be that you decide to walk away from this relationship and walk away from that of feeling bounded or tied to someone that is not serving you, and you're able to move forward. For some Taurus, it could even represent that you're already dealing with a new person here. And again, like I said, by the middle of December, you're definitely deciding to pull away from this relationship and venturing on to, you know, listening to your intuition and listening to your emotions, being emotionally fulfilled. The Ace of Cups promises new beginnings, as well as in regards to love and romance. You have the Emperor here, finally structure. Again, it could represent the Saturn energy, as Saturn is going into Capricorn. So there's going to be more stability. There's going to be more promise for materialization in regards to finances and money, but also emotional fulfillment. My suggestion is for the month of December, Taurus, don't be afraid. Do not fear of the unknown. Do not fear the future. Really, you know, throw yourself out there, you know, jump into the water and just don't fear it, you know. It's now or never. And the reason I say now or never is because, again, like I said, Saturn is going to be going into Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about longevity. So if you guys decide to stay in a relationship or put effort in a relationship that has not been working, inevitably the ending is going to be manifesting. And the reason I say that is, again, like I said, Saturn into Capricorn, it's all about something long, you know, that it's going to be very permanent, something that's going to be long lasting. But it can also represent whatever is no longer serving us, whether we make the choice or not. Universe is going to bring about circumstances that puts you basically in a position where you have no other choice but to let go. So keep that in mind, Taurus. For those of you guys, again, like I said, that are single at the present time, there is a promise for a new person coming in. For some of you guys, it may be in Aries. It may be a person that is older than you for some of you guys. For others, it could be, you know, an Aries that is that younger than you, but is actually more mature than yourself. So again, I do see promise for new love for you guys. It may be an Aries, it may be a fire sign. For some, it may be a water sign that comes in, and you're finally able to release yourself from this fire sign to put effort into this new beginning. This is a very beautiful reading for you, Taurus. I am so happy for you guys, as I know that, you know, the past 2 years have been very difficult for you guys. But again, materialization, also emotional fulfillment, can also represent, because Taurus is an earth sign, it could represent being able to have stability in regards to money and finances, and that brings about less worries for you, and brings about being able to really enjoy your partner, being in the relationship that you're in, if you guys have been struggling in regards to money and finances. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Comment, like, and share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, and we will see each other in the middle of the month. Bye.